Boom! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Arie here, and today I want to talk about some quick and easy ways to actually get faster shipping times for your dropshipping store. Now, the reason why I want to make this video is because I asked you guys on Instagram what you wanted to see. I've been trying my best to get back on the YouTube grind. Actually, I've been a little bit inconsistent in the past few weeks. The reasons being, of course, I'm scaling multiple brands right now, and I just released my course, so I've been extremely busy. But I definitely want to make some time to create more YouTube videos. I've been kind of strategizing to see how I can make the most YouTube videos in the least amount of time. So I'm going to try my best to be way more consistent now, because I really do miss making YouTube videos, and hopefully you guys miss me too. But yeah, faster shipping times are one of the biggest factors nowadays in the longevity of your dropshipping store, largely due to the fact that customer feedback ratings are becoming increasingly important. If you don't know what your customer feedback rating is, it's basically a rating that you get on your Facebook page that you run ads on, and if your customers, as soon as they buy stuff from you, they receive a message asking them to give you a feedback score, basically on how satisfied they are. And if your score is terrible, you'll get penalized. You'll get more expensive ads, stuff like that. But if your score is really, really bad, then it's likely that you're going to get your page banned. So it's important that we try to at least look for, faster shipping times. That's one of the issues that you're going to have to solve in a dropshipping business. Success really comes down to how many issues you can solve in your business to make it as seamless and, smooth as possible, basically. So basically, the first and most obvious way to get faster shipping times is to actually look for products that ship directly from the US. Now, this isn't always going to give you the fastest shipping time for everything, because of course, at least with my strategy, I like to target people from all around the world, mostly e-packet countries. So, if your product ships directly from the US, that doesn't always mean you're gonna get faster shipping times to every country, but it does help because the US is one of the biggest markets. So if you can find a product that actually ships from the United States, you're in a really good position to have way faster shipping times than anyone else. And the way that you can actually find products that ship from the US is through filtering your Aliexpress search by products that have stock in the US. That's actually pretty simple. But the second way to do it is also by dropshipping products from sites like eBay or even Etsy. I know there's people that actually do dropship from a ton of different sites using fulfillment apps like Shopify, for example. I've never done this. These are just things that I've heard, so you'll have to look further into that. But yeah, that's kind of the first and most basic way to get faster shipping times. So yeah, if you can find a product that ships from the US, you got a gold mine on your hands, and you're in a really good position, like I said, to scale your store for a long time. Now, the next way to get faster shipping times is, of course, to bring stock to the US. Now, that one's a little bit more difficult because you have to make sure that your product is a banger and that it's gonna consistently bring in sales. I don't recommend anybody to private label their products and bring them to the US like right away. And the main reason is because you don't know exactly how this product is going to continue to perform. There's been many instances, even through my own experience, in which I've kind of gotten excited about a product's initial results, and then it just kind of fizzles out relatively quickly, or a company has a trademark on the product and they're asking me to take it down, stuff like that. You just never know right away. So I would give your product at least 3 weeks to a month before you decide to private label it in any way or bring stock to the US. Now, of course, if you're trying to build a real brand and you don't really care about doing huge volume right away, then you can start bringing in small batches of your product to the US, and you could actually just fulfill stuff on your own. That's a great way to actually build a legitimate business through Aliexpress products. You could even look for Alibaba suppliers to develop your products and bring them in small batches to the US, so that you can start selling directly from here. But like I said, this isn't the easiest thing to do, but it is kind of the best long-term solution. That way you start getting pleased customers from the very beginning, and you never run into any feedback score issues. So yeah, that's another great way to do it. Now, the third way is to actually get a sourcing agent who can stock your product in their warehouse and ship it directly from China through faster shipping lanes. Now, not every sourcing agent has faster shipping available, but this is where you kind of have to put in some extra effort, and do some research on AliExpress suppliers that actually can get you faster shipping times. So the best way to get a sourcing agent, like I just kind of mentioned, is through actually contacting AliExpress suppliers. So if you have a winning product, find multiple suppliers for your product through AliExpress and ask them directly if they can source your product for cheaper or in mass quantities, and if they have faster shipping times available in any sort of way. Now, the only downside to sourcing agents is that most of them won't, they'll want to do business with you as long as you're getting some sort of consistency in your orders. And sometimes they do ask for a minimum volume. This isn't always true though. And like I said, you can go more in depth into each supplier that you contact and ask them, their specific rates or their specific requirements, because like I said, everyone's different. I haven't hit up every single AliExpress supplier, so I really just don't know. But I know people that have found their sourcing agents through just literally asking their AliExpress supplier if they can be their sourcing agent. Now, another great way to find sourcing agents is through Facebook groups. So Facebook groups are amazing. And of course, just networking in general. I mean, I have my own sourcing agent that I provide my students in my course. So just kind of network in the space, in the e-commerce space, and you should be able to find some sort of sourcing agent out there. A lot of people ask me this question, Arie, how do you get a sourcing agent? This is basically it. You network with people and ask for their sourcing agent contact, or you just look on AliExpress for one yourself by hitting up different suppliers. You can actually start messaging any sort of supplier on AliExpress. It doesn't really necessarily have to be the one with your product. Just look up suppliers that drop ship on AliExpress and just kind of contact them directly to see if they can source your product. But yeah, you're gonna have to put in work in order to find a sourcing agent. There's really no way around it. Now, the last thing I wanna say in terms of sourcing agents is that most of them don't really take orders through AliExpress. Now, my particular one, he's always made me like a VIP link on AliExpress, which is great because then I can get cash back on those orders. But like I said, not all of them will do this, and a lot of them that don't do this, you actually just have to, export your orders with an app like Mass Fulfill, export your orders and send them over to your supplier. Then he will send that same, CSV file back with your tracking numbers, and then you can import it to your store with that same app, Mass Fulfill. A great tip that goes with that too is that a lot of VAs, like a lot of virtual assistants on Upwork, will actually know how to use Mass Fulfill. So honestly, when I used to fulfill orders through CSV files, I never even had to train my VA. He already knew how to do it, which was so convenient. It saved me a ton of time. So yeah, don't underestimate virtual assistants from Upwork. A lot of them have a ton of experience in this space. So they can oftentimes even teach you things. Don't undermine them. They actually know what they're doing. And yeah, like I said, that's a kind of a helpful tip when it comes to sourcing agents. Now, the last way in which you can get faster shipping times is honestly just by looking for good suppliers. So this kind of goes with the sourcing agent thing, just doing a little bit of extra research and going the extra mile to find multiple suppliers and comparing their shipping times accordingly will actually go a long way when it comes to shipping times. Now, not every AliExpress supplier is terrible. A lot of people, have bad experiences with AliExpress, but it's mainly due to the fact that they just rush into a product and they don't really take the proper precautions with their supplier to actually make sure that they have the proper logistics in place to be able to handle a lot of volume or to be able to ship faster. A great way to know exactly what your supplier is like is to look at the reviews of your products. If you look at the reviews and a lot of people are saying that it took like 6 weeks or it took 3 months to get to them, then that's definitely something to be skeptical about. But if they're saying it only took 2 weeks or that the shipping was actually faster than they expected, that's a great sign right there. And that should give you kind of a green light in terms of if you should go with that supplier or not. Now, the dropshipping center also has they also evaluate a product that you look up on there by their logistics reliability, and that's also a great measure to take, just to kind of see if your supplier is good or not and if you should go with them or not. That's actually, even though this tip might not sound like it's that crazy, it's actually like a really clutch tip if you're just beginning, or even if you're not beginning. I've had experiences with AliExpress suppliers that can ship from literally like 8 to 15 days to the US, which of course isn't like amazing, but it's a lot better than your regular like 20 to 25 days. And all I did really was just go the extra mile to look for these suppliers rather than just pick the first supplier that I find. So do the extra work and it will go a long way, like I said. But guys, that's pretty much all the tips I have for you when it comes to getting faster shipping times. There's really no secret to it, and you will have to put in work regardless of which way you want to follow. So make sure that you stay motivated with your business and you know, try to fix these issues. These are issues that arise. And try to solve these problems that you have when it comes to drop shipping. This is the best way that you're going to be able to get happier customers and, you know, build a legitimate business, right? So hopefully you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. If you did, make sure, of course, that you drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And like I said, I'm going to try to be way more consistent again with YouTube, you know, and try to, you know, I just want to communicate with you guys more and, you know, kind of speak my mind and kind of give you tips on all of the things that I'm learning along my journey, because, you know, I've been learning so many things in the past few months. It's insane. And there's so many things that I want to share with you guys that I'm doing, and YouTube is an amazing way to do that, and one that I really enjoy. So make sure that you turn on the notifications for my channel so you know as soon as I post a new video. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.